offer the best grooming products for you. Dress all natural and handcrafted too. We wanna help be your swagger, style, class, and luxury. Make our products tailor-made for you with high quality. Yeah. So get in style with the Black, yeah. Grooming company. To give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah. The Black Gentleman Black, yeah. Company. To give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah.
Located at www.theblackgent.com.
Yo. What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to Nerds on Culture, Stormybman, for this Wednesday, November 27th, 2024. This is number 107 in the series of Nerds shows, and we are coming back with a part 2 on crossovers from film and TV events that we appreciate. Yeah, we talked about this once before, and there's a litany of subjects that we can bring into this discussion. So we're back with a part 2 to revisit. I mean, when we talk about crossovers, we're talking about taking a particular subject, and whether it be a film or TV show that was so prominent and impacted us to the degree that there was something that could have been similar or something juxtaposing that would make us wonder, like, what if these two events crossed paths? What if they walked in on the other's territory? You know, for an example, back in the 60s, when the television series Batman was so popular, producers of the Batman television show, William Dozer, came up with the idea to bring back another DC hero who had actually been on television earlier in the 40s, and that was the Green Hornet. And the Green Hornet television show was revisited and starred Van Williams as the Green Hornet, and who we now recognize as the iconic, legendary Bruce Lee as Kato. And Batman, on a couple of different occasions, had the Green Hornet and Kato cross over into their show. There was one time when, you know, Batman and Robin would always be using their bat rope to scale up the side of a building. And, you know, there was always a celebrity cameo where someone would open a window while they're scaling up the building. And Robin would say, "Holy smokes, Batman, you know, it's so-and-so."
Jerry Lewis.
Yeah. And they run into the guys. But the Green Hornet and Kato happened to open the window once when Batman and Robin were scaling up the side of a building. And I think they did it like twice on there. And then they had a crossover show where the four of them met each other and even battled one another, you know, during the show. So this is what that is about. And we're going to talk about that and more, you know, as we get into tonight's show. But also, before we get to cooking real good on the show, you just heard me mention Bruce Lee, the legendary, iconic martial arts film star. You just heard me mention he being on the Green Hornet television show. That was his first time being on television in audiences' homes back in 1966. There were 30 episodes of the Green Hornet television show. It had a short run, but today, November 27th, is the birthday of this icon. And we know that he passed away in July of 1973 at the age of 32. So he's been, 84 years old now. So it's unfortunate that we have lost such a talent, but we still have what he was able to do to entertain us left behind. Thank goodness that there are plenty of books, videos, movies, and more that we have to enjoy what this creative talent was able to do when he walked this earth. So with that being said, allow me to introduce my co-host and partner in crime on the show this evening. We got Drew Titan in the building with me. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Dope, man. We're gonna have fun with this today because these are always these conversations that we had, man. This is you had a childhood if you had these conversations at the lunch table in the playground, rainy days when you couldn't even go outside. You was like, what if? And you always thought of your favorite cartoon character or movie character, action star. And you're like, what if this guy met this guy? What would that be like? And it's always fun, man. And Stormy, you know, I wrote down a bunch of them, and we did this before, right? And my only thing is, you know, I know I kind of like pulled a hat trick on this, but man, I want to do, since I'm getting kind of good with the graphics now, I want to do like posters for some of these, like a what if, and who would win, or what would it be like? You know what I mean? And we're not only talking about action stars, we're talking about regular TV shows and how cool would it be if this character connected with this character. And like you said, when Batman and Robin was scaling that wall, I do remember an episode when Green Hornet and Kato stuck their neck out of the window. They was like, huh? What guys doing there? You know, it was crazy. You know, but crossovers was always fun. A lot of you may not know Sherman Helmsley, that plays George Jefferson in the Jeffersons. That was the second actor to play George Jefferson.
Right.
The first one was a darker skinned chubby guy, And the Jeffersons was a family that started on All in the Family. That's where the family came from, and they branched off and they gave them their own show. A lot of people don't know that. So crossovers is not it's not a foreign thing, and it's not new. So I wrote down a bunch of crossovers, a bunch, and this is going to be a fun topic. I like this.
Yeah, and the thing about it is we have so much culture, right?
Right.
That to be able to have the idea of enjoying something like this, we have a history, a rich history of television, and then like just like off the top of my head, when America was big with cop shows, but going back into the like late 50s and early 60s, you had shows like Dragnet,
Right.
Hey, just the facts, ma'am.
Facts,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just imagine, because that, and America had on television during that time and era, there was so much chastity and so much respect and all of that, right? But could you imagine Dragnet, the two cops from Dragnet, those detectives, running across somebody like Columbo?
Oh man, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. That needs to be like one of those. Remember back in the days, like a 5-part miniseries spread out over like a month and some change.
Dude,
oh man, that'll be incredible, man.
Wouldn't that be something, man?
That would be incredible.
Columbo, part of his shtick was he would worry the subjects so much he practically get a confession out of their ass because he just
bothered. Figured out. They start telling on themselves.
Dude, didn't he look like he slept in his clothes, man?
Yeah. he was where he lacked in basic life, he was a genius in his line of work.
Yeah.
So he was like a savant in what he did. It was like a character like that. He's like born to do certain things. So absolutely, man. Oh man, that's great. That's a good one. I didn't even think of that. That's a good one. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna go right into the action.
Yeah, let's get it.
A 3-way dance. What if Commando, Arnold Schwarzenegger, ran into John Rambo, and both of them ran into Braddock from Missing in Action, Chuck Norris? What kind of movie would that be? How many explosions and beheadings would be in that film? Are you kidding me? Oh man, that'd be incredible.
But I'll tell you something. John Rambo, and Chuck Norris character are more than likely to team up against Arnold's ass.
Arnold's character, yeah. Yeah.
Because, they were military, and they were down for what they believed in the military, even though that they knew that in their respective stories that they were castaways. You know what I mean?
They both in Vietnam?
Yeah.
They were both Vietnam vets, yeah.
And Rambo was like, he served his time and he just wanted to be on his business. But when dude came back and tried to draw him in, it was you,
Yeah.
Listen, and Chuck Norris, man, his character in those Mission in Action films, pretty much the same thing. And he found out that the government didn't want to go back and rescue the rest of them soldiers and stuff that were left over there in those concentration camps and stuff, man.
Oh man.
What they get him started for, man.
Oh. And that character was falling, and so was John Rambo. And that was like, that was all you could do is bust guns. And a 3-way dance in that with him and Commando. I don't remember exactly what Commando's position in the military was in that film, but apparently he was badass. He was literally a one-man
like
army.
A special ops dude, you know.
Right. You know. But that was.
But how about this? Add one more, because you got Chuck, you got Sylvester, and you got Arnold. But you could add another Arnold character in there. That guy he played in Predator.
Get to the chopper. Oh,
that dude right there. It's like,
oh man,
you know,
yeah, he was badass too.
Yeah, but when he found out like why the government sent them over there, man, he was like really pissed. You know,
he was pissed. And for all of that, you're not fighting nothing normal. You find out the whole thing gets interrupted by an alien.
An alien, right?
Goodness. That'd have been great.
Remember that one dude that was with them, and he had got injured, and they were talking about leaving, and it was like, we got to get out of here. Dude was like, I can make it.
I can make it.
He didn't want to be left behind.
He ain't make it. He tried, but he ain't make it. Woo! He caught it bad too. Oh man.
Yeah, buddy, man.
So many. But you got something else, or because I got a lot.
Going back, and I know you got quite a few, but I got about 2 or 3 of them that I had put in. But this one, I'm gonna put this image up here so you guys can see, and this definitely falls into your what if for another television show and series, man. Could you imagine these two guys coming together with just a movie? They don't even have to do a series together, but a movie with these two characters.
Bro. It will, you know what? If they were around today, you couldn't even release the damn film, bro. The planet is too sensitive. They wouldn't get through the first 10 minutes.
Man, this right here,
it'll be the most racist. Every racist joke would be in this film. It would be bad, and I'd love it. I love it.
This would have been awesome, man. I know that they had to think about it. It probably never got, put on the table as a reality, but I'm sure they thought about it. And look at them on this photo, just smiling, just pleasantly, like they having a great time, man.
Can you imagine? And I wouldn't want a TV series. It'd have to be rated R on the film.
Man.
Can you imagine that they would just let it fly? They would just let it off. They would let it all fly. It'd be like the craziest. Oh my gosh. This would be great, man.
Man, do you remember that one episode of Sanford and Son when they was in the court and he was up there and they called him up, the judge called him up there and he was talking to Fred and he was like, look at all these niggas in here.
You got more niggas in here than the Tarzan movie.
Dude, he said that on TV. That was back in 1973. It was unbelievable that you could talk like that on TV, right? But that's what it was. It was just a different time in life, man. And Fred would always say something about how ugly that, Caucasian women were and stuff.
Bro.
You remember the skinny lady? She had kind of like a British accent and a short haircut. She was always on his show. Remember that?
Do. Yes, I do. I never knew her name, but I do.
That he would always get into it with her. Always get into it.
Y'all young cats, y'all will never understand how raw Red Fox really was. His albums are on YouTube. Just go listen to him. He was raw. My God.
He was famous for that one stand-up routine where he opened it, coming out there says, I don't care how rich you are, how much money you got, where you live, you still gotta wash your ass.
You gotta wash your ass. I had that. Well, my cousin had the album. He's on the album cover holding up a horse's tail with the butt out, and he's looking like this. Craziest thing, man. Red Fox was ahead of his time, man.
Yeah, he was.
That actually leads me into
Hold on, before you say that, I just want to drop a tidbit of history and trivia here. Do you know where his nickname Red comes from?
Other than because by the time we saw him, he was old and gray.
Well, the old and gray was actually the makeup from the TV show, because he wasn't actually gray at that time. They made him look older. They put the false belly on him and everything on the TV show. He didn't look like that in real life. He had a fro and everything, but he was from Detroit, and they called him Detroit Red.
Detroit Red.
And guess who he was running with in the game?
Oh, I know, because I saw
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X.
And Malcolm was Harlem Red, and they both had red hair and goatees and everything. You know, they were a couple of two peas in a pod, and they used to work the trains. You know, when you know you worked on a train, where you worked as I forget what the title, but it's like you're the guy that serves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they was like pickpocketing people and stuff. They was, you know, street dudes, man. But they were thick as thieves, man. Two good friends, Red Fox and Malcolm X, man.
True
and
story.
that was before Malcolm joined the Nation of Islam and everything. Yeah. They were young men just doing what young folks do, whether it's on the right side of the tracks or the wrong. And there's some history there for some of you who don't know these things. And if you didn't know, I would suggest that you go check out the autobiography of Malcolm X, written by and spoken to Alex Haley, the author, and get the original, try to get the original printing of it. Don't get the modern printing that came after, roughly around the time, I think that was 1992, when Spike Lee was doing the Malcolm X film. You want the original paperback because it's unedited. But go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. I just wanted to share.
Yeah, that's good trivia, though. That's good trivia. Imagine a movie with Richard Pryor and George Carlin.
Wow.
For those of you that don't know George Carlin, we all know who Richard Pryor is, but George Carlin is one of the most brilliant stand-up comedians I've ever heard. The timing, I know he writes a lot of his stuff, but he ad-libs a lot. And if you've never seen it, it's got to be on YouTube somewhere. Just watch a George Carlin stand-up. That's the guy, exactly, Julian. That's the guy BFTB puts in front of his videos. Tell me in your own words. That's him. The guy's a genius. He's funny as hell. It's witty comedy. Depending on, you know, and no disrespect to anybody, depending on who you are, some of the jokes might fly over your head. But he can be potty mouth, but it's with the purpose.
And his humor was a lot similar to Richard's, but he could say and get away with certain things because he was a white guy. Richard couldn't say, but Richard wanted to and would walk up to the threshold of saying, but Carlin would step across that and walk right into that room
easily. Yeah, that was that guy was brilliant, man. That guy was brilliant. And I always thought, I said, man, what if George Carlin and Richard Pryor got together and do a film? You know, Richard worked with Gene Wilder, but George Carlin was something different. I would love to see them sit down and have a meeting of the minds, and just write down skits and things that they would do in the film. I don't even know what the plot would be, but I know it'd be great. Just to see them in a movie together, that would be great. I'm not talking TV where it's turned down. I want it in the theaters, let everything fly, You know, oh man, it'd have been brilliant. It'd have been brilliant, man. George Carlin he was a genius, and so is Richard.
Yeah.
But in our community, we've seen George Carlin, but have you really seen him? The guy was brilliant, man. The guy was brilliant.
And you know, when you talk about the comedy that those men produced, you know, it's like they brought something that, like, today you can't even do and say what they would say and do. But matter of fact, it's funny that we even got there, because I captured this meme earlier today, and it's so appropriate. Check this out. It goes right along with what we're talking about with Richard and George. Check this out.
Oh, yo,
because even the two people in this meme,
it's Blazing Saddles
with Gene Wilder and Cleavon Little, and the characters that they played in here and the stuff that they were saying in this film. Man, if you guys haven't seen Blazing Saddles, you need to go and watch that movie ASAP.
Man.
Because this right here, what I put up, this meme, it says, remember when you could offend everyone and we all just laughed at ourselves. That is so freaking true, bro.
Everybody's so sensitive.
Freaking true.
They get mad at a joke and they got to go pop a Ritalin to even themselves out. It's like, it's a joke, man. Stop.
Crazy, right?
Blazing Saddles walked. If you haven't seen that film, watch it now and be like, yo, they couldn't re-release this in the theaters. These chicks, some dude outside with a long wig and a tutu on with a thong up his ass will be talking about, oh, I'm offended. Of course you are. Hey, where the white women at? Come on, bro.
And don't forget the line before that. Hey, boys, look what I got here.
Yo, you know what my scene is? Never mind that shit. Here comes Mungo.
You know what my favorite scene in there is? It's early in the movie when they're in that chain gang and dude talking all that stuff to them, and they struggling, they on the ground and everything. And Cleavon is about to get up and he grabbed that shovel. And his boy was telling him, no, man, don't do it. Don't do it. He said, I got to. I got to. And the next time you saw that dude, he had a big ass bandage on his head, and his cowboy hat was sitting on top. It was sitting on top of the bandage. Man, Cleavon went upside that dude's head with that.
He upside his head so big.
That shit was so funny to me, man.
If you never seen it, do you have that on Blu-ray?
I do, man. I do.
Man,
that movie is hilarious, bro.
That movie is something different, man. That movie is something different, man. I loved it, man. And I saw someone put this in the chat. I had wrote this down last time. Blade versus Underworld.
Oh yeah,
that would be amazing.
Yeah,
Blade versus.
You know Underworld. What? Blade will have to be killing two factions in that, because those werewolves, he got to get them too.
Yeah.
And Underworld. Listen, man, we got to do a show on them, man. We haven't done a show on Underworld, or did we?
Didn't? Oh man.
Yeah. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We're so far along, I almost forgot. Yeah, we did. Wow. We did do a show on Underworld. A bad series too, bro. That's a badass series,
man.
Yeah, Blade and their worlds could cross, because even the vibe and feel from the Wesley Snipes Blade films are a lot like Underworld.
Yeah.
Let's just say they could possibly be in the same universe. You know.
I'd like to see it. All the vampires knowing the kung fu, and those werewolves were badass, man.
Yeah.
Those werewolves was badass, man. That was crazy.
And you see how they changed? They just raw, man. They just
man. Do you remember when homie chased down the car and how fast he was running when he took off?
Yeah, he was running.
He was like, yo, he's in the car. He just started running. I was like, oh, I'm in the theater like, yo, he took off. He took off. I was
and it wasn't done so well until you ran across Captain America when Bucky was running in the tunnel and they were chasing him, and he was running past those cars. I was like, oh shit!
Oh man,
it reminded me of Underworld because that was the same, you know.
The shadow was on his tail too.
Yeah, man.
He running past cars. He's like, nope, you ain't getting away. Man, that was a hot ass scene, man. That was a hot ass scene. But Blade vs. Underworld, I don't think you could. You're gonna need like 2 movies,
right?
Finish that up, man. That would be incredible.
I got one with Blade as well. I put Blade in my own little crossover. Check this out.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
Right?
Wow.
Would that be cool or what? Blade and Van Helsing.
Now I'm gonna tell you. Van Helsing, the anime, I think that's like a bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
So they got Van Helsing in that era, and they have a Van Helsing in modern era. But that will be insane.
Yeah.
Van Helsing versus Blade, like a crossover, you know. That is crazy.
An awesome crossover there, bro. Awesome crossover.
That would be insane. Wait, hold on. Someone sent me something. Okay. Yeah, that'd be insane. I'd love to see that. That'd be crazy.
Right?
How much special effects you would think?
Well, not a lot because, you know, outside of blood and gore and stuff, because they're fighting pretty much the same elements, monsters, you know. Van Helsing, you could start off with them not knowing who each other are, and they be going at it, and you know what I'm saying? And then they realize that they're fighting, you know, the same enemies and whatnot, and then they team up. You know,
and that'd be great. Yo. Oh, word,
he out there, he says, wait, I'm not subbed. Oh, hell no. Yeah. Oh, hell no. What's wrong with you, BF? What you doing, man? F+. What the hell? you got a wrench and you ain't subbed? Oh, hell no. You right about that. Damn. Shouldn't have told me that, man.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
What's really going on?
Yo, check this out. Check this out. Bad Boys. Right? Bad Boys meets Rush Hour meets Axel Foley from Beverly Hills Cop.
Man.
That would be the illest cop crossover film ever.
Yeah.
That'll be crazy.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. I would love to see that.
Yeah, that's you know,
because you could write it. You could definitely write it. You could it could be like a real film. Like, yo, what's happening? You know, like some major cartel from China and Mexico merging, and then here come, yo, we need some help, and then here come Axel Foley. Almost calling him Mick Foley. Mankind woke up in there, started yanking his hair out. Man, that would be great.
Yeah, I just got a message from BF.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Young DZ said throw Lethal Weapon in there too. That would be sick.
Great.
That would be sick.
Great idea.
That would be sick. That would be sick. Can you imagine what the hell they be up against? That they all got to get up? What the hell? They have to stop like a nuclear bomb. The writing would be crazy. Yeah, man, that'd be crazy, man. That would be crazy. I love it, man. I don't even know what we would call it, but man, this is why this is a throwback, man. This is like, again, like in school. This is those lunchroom at the table conversations. You know what I'm saying? I love that.
Look at what Main Biker is suggesting. He says that what about if we just took Liam Neeson and Charles Bronson and crossed them? Wow. You know, like for something like Taken, you know.
Charles Bronson.
And Mel Gibson's character too, from that movie when he was like, "Give me back my
son."
Yeah, my son. Man. Yeah, he's like, you know.
Oh, I like that. You see what Justin Cash wrote? I like that. Denzel Washington, Equalizer, and John Wick.
Equalizer would be a dope movie. Yeah, that would be something else, man. I can see John Wick trying to. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. And Denzel checking his watch, looking around.
Yep. He's like, there's 7 of y'all. There's a pencil over there. There's a staple over there. Yeah. There's a rubber ducky on the floor. I don't know which one of y'all goons have that. Well, I don't know why that's here, but that's going up somebody's ass. He put that watch down to get to work, and the last nigga he get to is John Wick.
Man.
Oh, man. That'd be crazy.
That would be a crazy crossover right there. John Wick and the Equalizer.
Oh, wow, Young DZ. That's dope.
The Book of Eli and Mad Max.
That's dope. I like that. I like that. Did y'all see the Book of Eli? Wasn't that like a twist at the end? You figured out, oh shit, he's blind.
Yep.
You remember? I'm ruining the movie.
And that book he was protecting was a book of the Bible, but in Braille.
Yep. Yep. And he knew it by heart. I like that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now this they did this in the comic books. RoboCop versus Terminator. That was done in the comics. And I'm gonna ruin it for y'all. Skynet lost. Now I know a lot of y'all are like, well, how the hell? Because the Terminator, you know, they'll get an arm ripped off and they keep fighting. You know, you rip RoboCop's arm off, he's like, you know, all of that shit. No, RoboCop won. As a matter of fact, there's one of these channels on YouTube that break down, what is it called? Death Battle.
Yeah.
And they explain why RoboCop beats the Terminator.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Yep. They go off of what they done. RoboCop's his reflexes is as such. One of the movies, somebody went to shoot him, and he shot the bullet, and the bullet split in two and hit the two people on the side of him. You got to have some fast reflexes to do that. So they factor in all of those things. He beats the Terminator 1D. And in the story, I think he transfers he goes into the future somehow. He puts a virus inside Skynet and he mass produces RoboCops. So for every one Terminator, there was like 4 RoboCops and they killed all the Terminators.
How about this crossover? This is wild. And we ain't talk about this, but it could be, but it's like, how do you get Vader and Obi-Wan and Luke to be back on the same side again? I'm gonna tell you, just walk with me. Check this out. Star Wars crosses over with Star Trek.
Oh, snap.
Now, check this out now. Captain James T. Kirk hits up with Princess Leia because you know he got to have him some. You know, it's like, hey, am I lying?
Yeah.
What did Han Solo tell Lando when he was like trying to kiss Leia's hand? Oh, pleasure to meet you. Oh, watch it, you old smoothie. It's like, listen, Kirk would be trying to get with Leia, right?
Yeah.
And you know Vader would have a snap. He would get mad.
Bro, how do they compete with Jedi Knights though? Curious.
Hey, they got their little phasers and stuff. They, you know, and they got Spock. Hey man, Spock is an alien dude with superpowers.
Yeah, some of those aliens.
You remember the Star Trek movie when they were chasing Benedict Cumberbatch as Khan? You remember Spock and him running through the city and stuff? Dude, that was like kind of like what we was just talking about with Black Panther chasing Bucky in Civil War. That was crazy, man.
Yeah. Those Vulcans got some skills. Vulcans got some skills.
The Millennium Falcon against the USS Enterprise. Which is the best ship? Because they both hit hyperspeed.
Yeah.
And everything. But the USS Enterprise is bigger though. It's so much bigger. It can hold a whole crew and staff and everything, boarding and all of that.
Yeah. They got force fields and stuff. That's an interesting thing. That'd be interesting.
Man, we got a rich culture, don't we? It's like,
man, it's crazy, right?
Unbelievable, the stuff that we have been introduced to, and we take it for granted too. It's like, you know what I mean?
It's normalized for us. It's normalized. Oh, watch this. Sanford and Son meets Chico and the Man, featuring Archie Bunker. I don't even think they could air that.
Right?
Y'all don't remember Chico and the Man? Man, listen, that'll be hilarious. I want to know. Bring back the old writers from the 70s and 80s, man. Those are some writers back then. Chico and the Man. How many seasons did they have on?
I don't remember.
Yeah, Chico and the Man. I'm sure that's on a box set somewhere. Y'all can go look that up. Chico and the Man. And Fred Sanford. He didn't. Lamont's Puerto Rican friend, Jose. It's Buenos dias, Mr. Sanford. He said, yeah, and beans and disease to you too. I'm like, damn, man. Crazy. You can't say stuff like that anymore. I was like, damn, who wrote that?
Yeah, man.
Check this out, Stormy. Different Strokes meets Silver Spoons.
Yeah.
That'd be great. That'd be great. I'm thinking, man, 80s had the best prime time programming. There was no internet, y'all. We had to watch this stuff, and it was damn good. It was damn good. Silver Spoons was with Ricky Schroeder. He was a rich kid, but all rich kids have problems. You know, and it was a comedy, but he was a wealthy kid. I forgot what his father did. And before that, y'all know about Different Strokes. You know, Lewis and Arnold. What if those characters was somewhere where they came across? I forgot Ricky Schroeder's character's name, but his show was called Silver Spoons.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like y'all black kids go to this school. You can afford this. Yeah, that's our dad, but he's white. Yeah, that kind of thing. That'll be great. I think they were on. I know Different Strokes was on for a while, but I don't know how many.
About Arnold from Different Strokes, crossing paths with Webster.
You know, I follow him on Instagram.
Oh yeah,
he's still around. He's still like a kid. He got a little facial hair, you know. But Emmanuel Lewis.
Yeah,
man, that'd be dope though. That'd be dope. Justin Cash, I like that. See that? Put that up there. I like that.
Hold on. Trying to find
Mr. Shelton, salute. Jab Jamboree, I like that too. He says Starship Troopers versus Alien.
I don't see Justin's comment.
It's above Mr. Shelton. And it's in between Young DZ and Mr. Shelton.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Yep. Starship Troopers and Alien. Now, the Xenomorph is the most... Listen, whatever planet they're on, you just don't go to the damn planet. That's how you beat them, because they're the most annoying... Bro. Stormy, did you see that last Alien film?
Romulus?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
It was good, but it's like, God damn, those Xenomorphs are something else, man. There's something else. And now that we're learning about where they came from with the engineers from that other film, whoa, man. Whoa. And on YouTube, I get like, I'm like into it now. They're giving the backstory on all of them and how they became those, the engineers are basically us. But they've evolved beyond religion and things like that. You know, that's something different though. But Starship Troopers, they're just like, Xenomorphs are actually smart. But Starship Troopers, they're actually drones, depending on which of the bugs they're fighting. Now those drones, I think a face hugger could jump on one of those damn things. And what happens when it impregnates one of those damn drones?
You'll end up having a creature that's unkillable.
Yeah, what the hell? Just leave the planet. And those Starship Trooper bugs were something else. They could launch stuff. Some of those things could launch stuff into outer space.
Yeah.
And they were blowing up the ships. Those things were dangerous. But my goodness, man. But that's a good one. That's a damn good one. Access Hercules versus Samson. How strong was Samson? I mean, all you got to do is cut his hair and it's over with. But
he was pretty darn strong before that.
Yeah.
You know, I think Samson was strong. Samson had what I call like Captain America type strength. Whatever it called for him to do, he was up for the task until his hair got cut. You know, Steve Rogers, his strength, the super soldier serum, it gives him, you know, normal, you know, super strength other than a man would have, you know, able to lift certain things, run a certain speed, think, recall. All of that stuff is enhanced. But during crisis, it's even elevated more.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's why like in Endgame, when he lifted Thor's hammer, it's like part of people say, well, yeah, he could lift it all the time. Possibly, but under those circumstances with Odin's, what do you call it? Odin put the spell on the hammer.
Yeah.
What he says, whosoever be worthy can lift this and possess the power of Thor. Under those circumstances, Steve was motivated to defend our planet from the threat of Thanos. He lifted that hammer like it was nothing.
Yep.
And he wielded it as if he was Thor himself. So
it's like he already knew it. He already knew how to use it.
Yeah. So it's like that, you know. But yeah, when you get into the details of certain storytelling, but Samson and Hercules, I think that Hercules, although we know he's like super, super strong, but I don't know if he's stronger than Samson because of that very thing.
Right. Hercules was capped off. Samson, it was depending on the situation where his strength needed to be.
Yeah.
It's like a reaction. And I like what Shawa and Main Biker said. As soon as he told Delilah what the weakness was, that's when Samson had a damn problem.
Yeah.
Always keep it to yourself, man. I had this other one.
Snoopy Mac is wrong for this one.
Bro, wait a minute.
And wait, let's throw a third party in there. Undercover brother.
Wait a minute. You know what I have written down here? You know what I have written down here?
What's that?
Superfly's on the Run from Shaft.
Hey.
That could have been done.
Yep.
70s. That could have been done. Superfly running from Shaft. Man, that'd have been dope, man. That'd have been a hell of a movie. It'd have been super violent too.
Hey, what about the two brothers from Cotton Comes to Harlem dealing with what's his name from the French Connection?
Oh,
yeah, right.
Oh,
how about that?
Oh man, I wouldn't even thought of that.
Gene Hackman and the guy that played his partner that got killed, but them two, because they were in New York, and the Cotton Comes to Harlem, Godfrey Cambridge and old boy, dude, they were some badass dudes though as cops in that movie. The movie has some funny parts in it, but they still were some badass cops.
Oh man, awesome though. Awesome. Wait a minute. Y'all might be a little young for this. Abbott and Costello meet Laurel and Hardy.
Oh man, I'm surprised they never did that.
They could have done that, right? They were still doing work at the same time, right?
They crossed. I mean, you know, the era. They were part of the same era. I still think that Who's On First bit is one of the best bits in comedy, bro. And it's so simple.
Yeah, they could have definitely did that, man. That would have been. Now, would it have been in black and white or in color? Let me have it. Pie in the face. I remember when he got stuck in the floor and he was trying to get Hardy out of the damn floor. And he picked his head up and it was like rubber. And he picked it up and it snapped back. I mean, it was funny as hell how they, I mean, because you know, it was like the 1950s when they did that. It was so funny, man. It was so funny.
How about this? Gremlins meet Chucky.
You know why that'll be funny? Because Chucky is so profane. It's a grown man talking out this doll. He's running around with a butcher knife. Bro.
And them gremlins ain't nothing nice when you feed them after midnight, bro.
Nah, they'll tear your city up. Yo, look what Main Biker wrote. That's dope. I like that. I like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I used to watch Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah.
It was on a long time, too.
Yeah. My mom, that was one of her favorite shows. I used to watch her. I'm like, man, this little white chick, she always in some shit, ain't she?
Hey, I got one for you. Matlock and Barnaby Jones.
Come on, Stormy. They don't remember Barnaby Jones.
But I do.
You know what's crazy? When you say these names, the theme song in my head, I hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got a good one. Rockford Files meets Beretta.
By the way, James Rockford, He drove a nice little car, that Pontiac Trans Am, just like we were talking about the cars a couple of weeks ago. We left him out. And I had him in my queue, but we didn't get around to it. But I had him in my queue, the car he drove, that gold Pontiac Trans Am. The Rockford
that was a hot-ass car.
Yeah.
You see, the Trans Am, that was a white boy mobile, but we still thought it was cool. We loved it, man.
Well, how about Matlock and what's his name? McLeod.
Oh, McLeod, yeah.
That dude would ride in on a horse in the middle of the city, bro. He was mounted patrol.
Lord have mercy. I got a good one. What was his name? Martel Too Sweet Gordon versus Monroe from Undisputed, Wesley Snipes.
Oh.
Undisputed, if y'all don't know, that's Penitentiary, the movie. Versus Wesley Snipes' character in Undisputed. He was a boxer that went to jail. And man, Penitentiary won. There was some scenes in that I was like cringing.
That was scary, man. That was scary. Cause that wasn't, man. That was crazy.
Penitentiary. Oof. If y'all never saw that, there's two movies that made me cringe when I was a child. Penitentiary was one of them. I had no business watching that at the age I saw it. I'm being serious. So imagine being a kid watching it. It was worse. The other film is called I Spit on Your Grave. Not the remake. The remake is bad. The original one is, my boy was like, he found it on DVD. This was a long time ago. He said, I found it. I ordered it. That's all right. So we had his crib. We eating some food. He said, let's watch it. So he popped it in. And when it got to the scene, he like stopped eating and was like, I can't watch this, bro. You had to turn it off. It's sitting in his DVD case packed away somewhere. He hasn't watched it. It's bad, bro. It's like you watch that film and you're only watching it till the end because you know she's going to get some lick back.
How about that woman from I Spit on Your Grave? Because she snapped.
Yeah.
She meets Carrie.
Let me tell you something. I don't think they'd be fighting. I think they could trauma bond and they would just run around making men's heads blow up. They're all gonna laugh at you. Boom. They're all gonna laugh at you. Boom. I wouldn't get in the way of none of that. I'd be like, no smoke. I'm out. Trying to drive away. Carrie will flip your car. She was a mutant, by the way, y'all. Carrie was a mutant. She had telekinesis.
Yeah, man. How about her against the girl from The Exorcist?
Oh. Who wins that? I wonder who wins that.
I think the girl from The Exorcist wins. You know why? Because anytime you can sit in the bed and sit up and turn your head around 360 degrees, when you can watch your own six, man, I'm telling you, can't nobody F with you.
Oh, I like that Shogun. Carrie versus the chick from Firestarter.
Yeah.
She was a mutant. And her father had powers too, but she was a Firestarter. I saw that in movies. I remember that. Oh, man, that's crazy. What about Carrie versus the dude from Scanners?
Oh, man.
That'd be crazy, right?
Yeah. Scanners was crazy, man. Making people's bones blow up.
weren't people like passing out in the movie theater when that came out? I remember that.
thick and stuff. Yeah, but The Exorcist too. There were people in the audiences of The Exorcist getting up, running out of the theater during this first run. There was some people totally mortified by that film, man. They were leaving the theaters.
That's awful, man. That's awful. I remember seeing the movie. I remember seeing the commercials for the movie, and they were telling in the commercial what was happening in other cities. You know, oh, this movie made people pass out. Be warned. See at your own risk. The Exorcist. They show a head spinning. I'm like, oh, nah.
Shower says Christine versus the car from the movie The Duel.
Yo.
Yeah.
Listen, The Duel. Was that guy? They never showed the truck driver. It was a white man. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was a white man. You saw his arm, but you never see the dude. How does the dude fuck with you for the whole film like that? That was crazy. Was he like a demon or something?
How about Christine versus Bumblebee?
Oh, chill. Chill. I don't know who even wins that. I don't know who wins that.
Because didn't Christine get smashed up? Next thing you know, you saw she was like spotless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tay says Pennywise versus the Joker.
Chill.
Oh man, don't even. Hey, they might try to make some crap like that. Don't even talk about it, man.
Chill. Wait a minute. Who wins in a guitar off? Johnny Cash versus BB King.
That's kind of tight. That's kind of tight.
Yeah, that's Johnny Cash was a murderer himself. I like that. There's a few music
How about Young Deezy says
Spawn joins the Midnight Suns.
How about Spawn versus Deadpool?
You know what's crazy? Can Deadpool? Oh man,
he can't die.
No. Wait a minute. You know what's even better? A better matchup? What about Spawn versus Lobo? Because Lobo can't die either.
Ooh.
He can't go to heaven. He can't go to hell. I read that book. He's so like messed up. He's like, he has a deal where he can't die. He can be dismembered and everything. He keeps coming back. That's crazy. That's a tough one. Who the hell wins that?
Yeah, buddy. That's good. By the way, that Slipknot shirt you got on, you remember what they did to him in that doggone movie, man?
Bro.
That was totally jacked up what they did to Slipknot.
Where did he think he was going? And what is your powers? You can climb anything? You can climb everything? He tried to dip. His head blew up. I was in the theater. Yo, that was so funny. His damn head blew up. Boom. I was like, oh, shit. They really did that? Yep. My gosh. Yo, watch this, y'all. Freddy Krueger versus Beetlejuice. And there's a reason why I'm saying that. Beetlejuice is not a sucker. He's really not. He's really not. You saw the last film? He's really not a sucker. I'm watching him. Now I'm in the theater. I'm a lot older. I'm watching I'm like, man, you know, he's kind of powerful. He's kind of powerful. And I'm like, you know, Freddy Krueger would have a problem with him. Yeah, he'd have a problem. Freddy Krueger versus Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
How about the Suicide Squad versus the Thunderbolts?
I got the Thunderbolts, but it'd make a great movie.
Yeah.
It'd make a great movie.
And I'm talking about the Suicide Squad from the one with Will Smith, you know.
Yeah, that one, the original.
I like those characters better. And you have to include the Joker in there, even though they didn't have him in the movie like he was supposed to be, because, you know, my man, he filmed more than an hour's worth of footage and they cut him out.
Tequila said Pet Cemetery versus Cujo. Lord have mercy.
You can thank me for this comment right here.
Is it Deadbeat Hopers?
Whoa!
Don't!
Yo! Why'd they do that? You know
man,
what?
they just totally jacked us up with the Hulk, man. What's going on? They
to digress on that,
our culture, man. Hey,
to digress on that, but real quick. To digress on that. I wouldn't mind moving forward if they just ignore that happened. I mean, if they don't talk about it, I won't bring it up type thing.
Man, that is horrible. That was horrible. What the hell were they thinking?
They weren't. They turned. They was trying to make things into a joke because they didn't grow up with it. But hopefully they got their heads on right. But Pet Cemetery versus Cujo would be crazy. Because Cujo was, I forgot what Cujo's deal was, but I don't want no smoke with Cujo. Oh, of course. That's been a fantasy matchup for over 50 years. Superman versus, and it depends on which Superman you're fighting. It depends on which Hulk you're fighting. Because the Hulk has gotten stronger.
Yeah, if you're fighting Deadbeat Hulk, you might be able to break him down.
Yeah.
By
Well, if his payments is late, he might get pissed and turn into World Breaker Hulk. And that'll be a crazy, crazy situation.
Have you seen these animated films?
Yeah, I've seen a few of them, yeah.
Yeah, the one where they got it's like Christopher Reeve, Superman fighting him. And this is a clip from that. But yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty dope. Derek Gaines says One Punch Man versus Sentry. Storm, you familiar with One Punch Man?
No, I'm not.
Oh man, that's a really if you can find the anime, watch it. It's silly, but it's hold on, I'm sorry. Let me hit him back. Yeah, it's a just you watch it. It's funny. It's funny. It's weird, but then it's one of those weird cartoons where when it's a fight at the end, you're like, oh man. And his name is what it is. He'll kill you with one punch. But he looks like he's a bald-headed dude with a baggy suit. He looked weird, but he's like the strongest hero.
That Marvel did a take on that guy in the Ant-Man movie. That's who old boy was supposed to be, like the Spanish dude. Remember when he was hitting people? He was knocking people out with one punch.
Oh yeah,
you didn't pick up on that? The
nah.
dude that takes the story. You know what's his name? Rodriguez, the guy. You know when he was like, "Hey man, let me tell you." He's like, we were sitting up and he telling the story but that's Ant-Man's friend, the Spanish dude.
Oh yeah.
When he got out of prison, when Ant-Man got out of prison, and he's like, man, you guys got some crazy rituals or whatever. He was like, yeah. He's like, I still got my scar. He was like, yeah, I'm the only one to knock him out though with one punch. And then later in the movie, when they going on the heist and everything, and they at the what's his name? The building that Ant-Man
Yeah.
Technologies.
Yeah.
When he was in there and he had to fight those security guards and stuff, every one of them he hit with one punch and they was out. You never picked up on that?
Nah. Oh, not looking back now. No.
They kept that he was the one punch knockout dude. He could hit you with one punch and knock you out.
Wow.
I'm surprised nobody else picked up on that, because I picked up on it after I was watching the movie and I was like, oh, that's what he meant. Because he could knock people out with one punch. Even in the second film when he was in there, same thing.
When you get a chance, Derek Gaines says it's on Hulu and it's on Crunchyroll. Just watch a couple of. It's funny, man. It's funny. It's funny. But the series is unique, and they have him on YouTube. What if he fought the Hulk? What if he fought Superman? And the funny part is, you don't know what his power. He don't even know how he got that strong. And it's funny. And he's looking for like a real fight. He's looking for like a real fight. He can throw one in one punch.
Punisher versus Deadshot.
Damn. Damn.
Right?
Damn.
Man, I want to see that movie, bro.
That'd be violent, man.
Yeah.
Justin Cash, I got Omni-Man in that all day. It's not even close. It's not even close. I got Omni-Man all day. It's not even close. It sounds good.
Homeland is a dick, ain't he?
Homeland is a dick, but Omni-Man will destroy him. It's not even close. Omni-Man is from Invincible. Stormy, Omni-Man is from Invincible.
Yeah.
He's what if the goddamn Kryptonians didn't die and they all had their shit together and decided we're gonna take over the whole universe. That's Omni-Man. Crazy stuff. Hold on 1 second. Take over for me 1 second.
Yeah. But yeah, Tay says the Bionic Woman versus Wonder Woman. Well, I think that's gonna be over real quick, because Wonder Woman will rip her bionic parts off, and then that'll be the end of her. That'll be the end of her real quick. And Derek Gang says Power Fist versus Shang-Chi. Yeah. How about Shang-Chi against Power Fist? How about that? Yeah. That would be very interesting. And Tay has also said the $6 Million Man versus the Terminator. You know what? If he's going against the T-1000, but the Terminators that came after the T-1000, $6 Million Man would be in some trouble. He would really be in some trouble. Because that second Terminator film, the liquid Terminator that could change and morph and stuff, that dude was bad as hell. I don't know how they, decided to go beyond that, because he was pretty badass. He was pretty badass. Derek Gaines, you a fool, man. He says Captain Crunch versus Sugar Bear. Man, I'll eat all of them. I'll eat both of them. Just give me plenty of milk. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. Captain Crunch versus Sugar Bear. I got you this time, Sugar Bear. Oh, man. That is crazy, bro. Good stuff, though. Good stuff, man. How about Iron Man versus Batman? How about that? Huh? That's a good matchup right there. Iron Man versus Batman. Because Bruce Wayne and Tony Stark do not have superpowers. Tony Stark trained in martial arts to be able to fight, defend himself and everything. But Bruce Wayne did too. And Bruce Wayne ended up making that Iron Batman suit so he could go after Tony. And especially when he gets introduced to Tony and he sees that Tony can fly and stuff with his suit, then Bruce gonna find a way to make his suit fly. That you know, Batman, the thing about Batman is this. One of his other superpowers besides being rich is prep time. You give Batman prep time, he gonna really come out on top. He gonna hey, Jab Jamboree, what's good with you, Ack? I see you out there. Hey, tell him, Ack, about Bruce Wayne having prep time. If he gets prep time on something, man, he's almost unbeatable, right? Yeah, buddy. Clarence McLean, what's good with you, bro? Michael Ray says, great one, but I'm picking Batman. J-Man says, nanotech Tony wins. Shit, if Bruce Wayne gets some nanotech, what you gonna do? But there was a story in the comics where Tony got some of that Asgardian metal and made a suit out of that. And that made him like a godlike Iron Man or something. I think I recall reading about that story. What you guys think about that? Crazy, man. But these are some good, you know, these are some good crossovers. The ones you guys are coming up in the chat, good stuff. Yeah, Rasheed Rourke, yeah, Mr. Fantastic versus Plastic Man. Only exception is that Reed Richards is a genius. So he'll figure out how to jack Plastic Man up. He'll be jacked up. Reed will figure that out, and that'll be it. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's right. He is the smartest in Marvel. He is.
Yeah, Reed Richards dangerous. Plastic Man is dangerous himself. You know what's a real matchup act? It's Plastic Man versus Venom, the symbiote. That's it right there. That's the matchup. Plastic Man is very dangerous.
Yeah.
Because in DC's version of Marvel Zombies, Deceased, which is crazy, there was there was some non-infected holding it down inside like some castle or something, and they were like, "Yo, the moat." They said that's not the moat surrounding the castle. It was Plastic Man. That guy's dangerous. He said Toucan Sam versus the Lucky Charm. I'm done. Yo, Stormy. Saturday morning cereal. That needs to be a show.
Yeah, buddy.
Saturday morning cereals.
Yep.
I think I've had it all. I had some cereals that y'all might have forgot about. Y'all remember a cereal called Fruit Island? Yumma Yumma. Y'all don't remember that? That came out in the 80s. Oh, you sent it to me, Clarence? You DM'd it to me? If you DM me, I'll get it. I have it. Hey. On IG? Okay, bet. Watch this, Stormy. This is what we talked about before. Buck Rogers meets Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Come on now. You don't get no better than that. Who wins in that fight? Because Buck Rogers like to throw hands.
Yeah.
Buck Rogers like to throw hands, man. That's crazy.
Well, let's get ready to wrap it up, man, because you got a show to do.
No, I'm not doing the show tonight. I actually have to get up early tomorrow, so I got to crash in a minute.
Oh, okay.
I got one more. I got last one. Last one. The Lone Ranger meets Zorro. That definitely would be dope.
Yeah.
That would be dope. Yo. But yeah, man. Listen, there's still stuff we didn't mention.
Of course, yeah.
Still stuff. We could spin the block and come back to this, man. But there's still stuff we didn't mention, man. But, man, see these conversations we're having? This is what we used to do. All right, Clarence, I will. This is how we used to do it. Before there was an internet. You know what I'm saying? This is how we did it. Tay-Tay said, Blackula versus Blade. I'm finished. Yo. I'm finished. Blackula versus Blade. That's dope, man.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. But this is what we used to do, man. The what if scenarios, man. And who knows? Maybe some Hollywood writers watching us because they get their ideas on what to do. Because Hollywood be out of ideas anyway. They ain't got original thought in their goddamn mind. So they could tune into your channel and see what the crowd wants to say. You know what? We could probably get about 2 or 3 movies out of this. You know what I mean? So that's great, man. But slam dunk once again, Stormy.
Yeah.
Enjoy your cornbread and your collard greens and whatever it is you eat in the mall. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be fat tomorrow. I got some collards, I got some cornbread, I got some pilaf rice, and I still don't eat meat. You know what I mean? So I got some mac and cheese, and I'm gonna get busy. Man. So salute to y'all.
We held a high number tonight too. We held a high number. It's like 27 to 30 something.
Oh
people.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
For the entire, show, pretty much.
Oh man, that's what's up, man. You see, this that's why I look forward to this. You get to kick your feet up and just chill. Discussing boxing for me is like politics at times. It's just not fun sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing more beefing, but that's about to change. Shout out to Turkey Ala Sheik. But more on that, this boxing's alive. And I noticed that when I'm talking boxing, when you're talking boxing, there's no casuals to argue with you. And that's refreshing. That is so refreshing. I
had a conversation with Scrapbook earlier today, and I was telling him about some of the stuff that my premieres are covering and everything, and he wasn't aware of some of these matchups that's on the horizon. Like a few of them I shared with you.
Yes.
That premiere from this morning.
Oh.
Nobody is excited to see Madrimov versus Bohachuk, man. That is like your boxing pulse is dead. But
bro, listen, check this out. I know you saw this, DAZN. If you haven't,
yep.
This fight right here was everything.
Yep.
That's Kane Fogiri, white South African kid, versus Muhammad Wasiru.
Yeah.
That fight was everything, bro. And I was sitting there like, yo, I missed this. A small hole in the wall venue. Only thing you recognize is the zone logo on the mat. And it was everything. That was boxing. That was boxing. And that's why we need to immerse ourselves into that more. Because the more I talk about that, the less I'm going to see these casual fools.
Absolutely.
And I ain't going to miss y'all. And with that note, man, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Slam Dunk, Stormy. We'll be back on Mondays come January. And salute to y'all, man. Stormy, I'll holler at you.
All right, bro. Peace to you.
All right now.
All right. Yeah, everybody, we getting ready to sign it on off for this evening. I want to say shout out to the mighty LDBC. We appreciate everybody that hung around and supported the show this evening. And we'll be back next week for another Nerd